Hey YouTube, it's working? Yeah, it appears to be. Cool, so I'm Mad Malco after all, so I haven't done any really mad ones, mad guitars for a while, so here it is, the latest brucaster, which is a bit mad. So this one has 6 pickups on it. And you see there, it's difficult to see this, but it's like, so there you get 2 5-way levers, a 3-way pickup selector, and 2 mini switches. Very difficult to point at them when you're holding the camera up there. Yeah, so it's going to take a bit of a while to run through all the sounds. It does a lot of things. Yeah, so if I break it down, if you think of set the right angle, you can actually see what I'm doing. Right, so this 5-way lever, the bottom one, runs these 3 pickups. So if you think of these as the bridge pickup sort of thing, and you think of these 3 as the neck pickup, this 5-way switch is for the neck pickup. So, you know, from there it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Same as the bridge one, which goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With me so far? Right. So these 2 5-way switches go into this pickup selector. If you push it down, it gives you the bridge pickup, or the output of this switch. And if you push it up, you get the neck pickup, or the output of this neck. Then if you put it in the middle, you get both. So if you wanted to choose this pickup and this pickup, you put the neck one to here and the bridge one to there, and that's you got that pickup, and this one's in the middle as well. Yeah, all making sense so far. So obviously that's your neck pickup there, so you can move that down. That'll give you these 2 as well as that. And that's this one and that. And that's these 2 and that. And then that's that. Which should be kind of like position 2 in a normal Strat. And obviously you can move this one down as well, which gives you these 2 and that one. So there's a lot you can do in there. So you get 5 positions on this switch, 5 positions on that switch, and then when you've got both of them on, you know, you start looking, if you've got that in the neck position, you get 5 positions on that switch, and if you've got that in that position, you get another 5, and if you've got that in the middle, you get another 5, and if you've got that one there, you get another 5. So basically when you start looking at that, the numbers fair ramp up. In addition to that, so if I go into the bridge pickup here, if you turn on this, which is my triple bucker switch, that way is off, up is on. So this is the bridge triple bucker switch. So if you're in the position, let's call that position 1, the one closest to the bridge, you just get the single coil. If you go into the middle, you get these 2 wired as a humbucker. If you go to the neck, you get all 3 wired as a humbucker. Yep. Yep, and the same, well that's just with both of them on, so it's not oh, it's already getting confusing. Right, so this is just on the bridge pickup, so this is just this one on its own. These 2 is a humbucker. Then these 3 is a humbucker. Same thing with this top switch does the same for this, but this one goes the other way, just to make things a bit more complicated. So if you've got this one in the neck position, you get this pickup on its own. So you get, go into the middle, you get these 2 as a humbucker. You go down that position, you get these 3 as a triple bucker. So you can have both of them set to, this is them both set at triple bucker, and this is both of them on. Yeah, and there's a kill switch, which I just put in because it was blue and it looked cool. So that's relatively simple. So if I put these both back to single coil, that's the 2 outer extremes. wasn't that way round. This is. So that's these two and these two on. Yeah. Obviously, to run through it, I worked it out on a bit of paper. Actually, how many was it? 67. So if you took the guess on my Facebook page, I asked how many, if anyone could guess how many sounds it's got. It's got 67 different combinations of sounds, which is just too many for me to demonstrate. I've got to work out a really cheap guitar though. I think I'm charging £1.50 a sound, or £2 a sound. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, so that's what I should have started with. There was the outer two chords, which is this way round. So that's what you could argue would be like a sort of Telecaster. And if see, in this position the buckering doesn't do anything, but if I swap them round you get both buckers. Yeah, so I'll just keep asking about. If you can really be bothered, I'll start off on a thinnish sound. Rat pedal. humbucker in the neck. We've added in the bridge pickup in single. This is what these two as a humbucker, so it's like a bridge humbucker. Bucker. Neck bucker. Sorry, neck bucker. Open single coil. see how. Yeah, just to check it. I've only literally played this guitar for like 2 minutes to make sure that it worked. Actually, when I wired it up, it was quite a complicated thing. As you can, it's not really that. It's just there's a few things in it. So before I put the neck on, I tested it out. It was nothing at all, and I realised I'd forgotten to connect the 3-way switch to the volume control. Basically, apart from that, everything worked. So I was like, "There's nothing at all. What's going on?" And I looked at it. I was like, "Oh, the most obvious." I'd left the most obvious bit of wire to the end. You know, the bit that goes on top of everything else. So actually got it right first time. I was a wee bit worried that the two things were going to be out of phase, the two switches, but they're both single coils, so it worked out all right. I suppose I guess it is a bit more of a, it's more of a novelty idea. But I mean, the way I looked at it, if it didn't work, it wouldn't be funny. So it does do, what did I say, 67 distinct sounds. Which I can't be bothered explaining how I got to that position, but you can sit and fidget with it. But it's quite a nice big guitar, it plays alright, and you can see I'm sort of getting the hang of it, switching between stuff there. The most useful sounds I was finding there was if you're just in humbucker mode, on the bridge. That's pretty good. Double bucker. Now to go for neck humbucker. Triple bucker. Triple bucker in the neck and then single coil on the bridge. And no, I've not overdubbed this video from the guy who complained when I did my 10 pickup decimator guitar, saying that there's no way that a guitar with 10 pickups and it can make any sound because the magnets will stop the strings moving. Yep. And it'll suck away all the sustain, so there's no sustain. There's a wee bit of a pulsing. You do kind of hear it going a bit wah 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 actually. But certainly it's not sucking away all the sustain. Maybe it's affecting it a little bit. Yeah, so this guitar plays pretty good actually. I forgot to paint the back bit, but so instead what I did was just stuck the back label of the bottle Irn-Bru. on it. It plays pretty good. It's quite a fat, I'd say. It's almost like a Telecaster-y, sort of chunky neck. I did fret work on it, so it doesn't have the razor sharp fret ends that you normally get in cheap guitars and stuff. And I rounded the head a little bit, so it's a wee bit rough if you look on the end of it. You can see that there. But it was a slightly more horrible shape, so it's not quite Fender Stratty. There wasn't enough there to make it exactly Strat shape, so I just kind of rounded it a little bit. But, take this into the recording studio now. Definitely, pretty much, I'm sure this is the only guitar in the world that looks like it's wired up this way. Possibly the only one with 6 pickups in it. Looking at it, see, because I've left these at an angle, I reckon I could get 7 in. If I put these level, I could put 7 in. It kind of look. I was a bit disappointed. It kind of looks like I put 3 humbuckers in it because I've kind of grouped these two together, and I grouped these two together just because there wasn't enough room to leave like a gap between them. So it isn't. It's not humbuckers, although you can wire it so that it is. It's all single coils. And the reason it's blue with an orange scratch plate is because I've got very little orange paint left. Orange isn't that good for painting. This guitar was black to start with, so basically painting it blue is dead easy. It covers it, whereas the orange, I need like 10 coats to try and get rid of the black behind it. I've tried using like primer and stuff like that, but with this stuff you don't need to. You can just the blue's good. So blue guitars are much easier to make than orange ones. And that's a kill switch that you probably heard me using. Just because I thought it looked cool. It's a blue switch, which is pretty good. Yeah. Oh, and I forgot to mention the tone control does work on all positions, just a master tone. And also, I was thinking to get even more. What about 67 sounds? I was thinking I could add a series switch in, which would put the two of these, the neck and the bridge pickup in series, which would up it another fucking stupid amount, but another like 30 different sounds or something. Or I could put it out of phase, which would do the same again. If I was going to go absolutely mental, I could put a push-pull pot with like series and parallel or phase on either one of the pickups, either one of the 5-way switches, or I could do it with the middle pickup in each one, and it just becomes mental, and I'd end up with, I reckon I could breach. See, the thing is, the phase and the thingy would work together, so you're probably talking about over 150 sounds if I put a phase and a series in, which is just insane. 67 is insane, but it's done good. Even when you actually, this is just the got 67 pickup combinations. I'm just using the bridge one. Sounds alright. Sounds better than humbucker though. It'd also probably be a much bigger variance in sound if I was using a less overpowering rat pedal type sound. I was using clean, but I like the rat pedal. And there's definitely a sound difference between the lot. But if you were using like a, you know, like a sort of more lower distortion type pedal, like a tube screamer, or, you know, people like the sort of mild crunch, I'm sure you would get much more dynamic range out of it. There'd be a much bigger difference between single coil and triple bucker. Rock and roll, Iron Brucaster, can't remember which number it is, I'll engrave it on the back of the neck plate, whatever number it is. But probably, well, definitely the only one in the world, probably won't do another one exactly the same as this again, so a one-off, even if you're going to hang it in the wall, which I wouldn't suggest doing. Guitar itself's good enough for like a beginner to play if you are, you know, it's not hard to play in any way, but you will just sit there and switch. The good thing is none of these are off. So there's not really any switch combination that you can have where it's not making any sound unless you turn the volume down or you hold in the kill switch. So just a case of fidgeting with it. If you like switches, this is the guitar for you. The colour looks better if you look at the pick up. I'll put a picture up, a photo up as the image for this video. When I took the picture outside, it'll look a bit more Iron Brew coloured. I'm drinking the bottle of Iron Brew. I got the label off so you can see it is actually Iron Brew coloured. Rock and roll.